There we go. Okay, so go ahead and load our campaign here. Alright, fellows, welcome back to another episode of Noldor of Eregion. This is a submod for Divide and Conquer version 5. Again, this has nothing to do with the EUR submod. A lot of people have played this and they've had tons of fun with it. So we are on turn 5 of this campaign. Things are going pretty okay for the most part. We have fought several battles against the goblins. We have a long ways to go because eventually we're going to have to start besieging West Khazad-dûm itself. But we have to start ridding this region of the goblin presence. I'm a little worried about what these guys are doing, so it looks like they're heading towards Saloniac. So if they take that region, we're going to be dealing with goblins flanking us from the northwestern region. So we need to start pushing the war to them into their own territory, just so they're not expanding westwards. Over here, I've got Kiryatan's army. He's getting a lot of troops in this region, so what I'd like to do with his troops, instead of pushing towards Dol Vorn, I think we should just push up north in Buzardum. Take a look at our finances. Okay, so the army can just barely handle these expenses here. If I put him back in the fort, it should save us some more money. Yeah. I will wait one more turn and then start sending his army up north, because I would like to have just a little bit of a increase in revenue, just some savings to help us out, because deploying these troops is insanely expensive, unfortunately. Yeah, we've got even more City Watch on the way. I might just retrain these guys. I'm not sure. I think I'll just keep it the way it is. We should probably start increasing taxes just a tad bit. Yeah, it doesn't really make much of a difference. And it sacrifices a decent amount of growth, so we'll just keep it where it is. Alright, the goblins have another gigantic army. Oh, okay, so at least they're splitting them up again, so that's good. Still a huge army, but we can take them out a lot easier versus if they're united as one. Dispossessed. The first age indeed was dark. Was a dark age for the House of Feanor. Since Maethros, I think that's how you pronounce it, Maethros gave up the throne and priority in succession, the Feanorians have been diminished. They were cursed and dispossessed in exile, with all of its members being slain in the evil deeds committed in the name of their dreadful oath. The House of Feanor survived, became independent as a realm of Eregion in the Second Age, and as a realm of Hernerin in the Third Age, thanks to Mearnil, who gathered and led westwards remnants of the Noldor of Eregion, and also saved all the sacred knowledge of Gwaithir Madain. Long time has passed since Gil-galad's fall, and no one had claimed his throne except Mearnil. He might have become a good king of all the Noldor if other elven lords endorsed his candidacy, but they didn't. Most of the elves wanted Elrond to become a new king, but neither had he accepted it, nor he supported Mearnil's right. Elrond is still the most popular and influential chief of the Eldar. He is the leader of White Council, and has many allies among free peoples of Middle-earth, including other High Elves and men of Eriador. But probably things will change in the end of the Third Age, and we will finally restore a former glory. Because of the small number of the Noldor, our best units can be recruited only a few provinces, but in time, when our tiny realm expands to a great kingdom, many elves may want to join us. When the time comes, you control 15 provinces and 70 turns made. You'll be given a chance to claim the throne of High King of the Noldor. Your campaign can be proceeded as follow. Okay, interesting. You need to capture the West Morty as soon as possible. Yep, we know that. As top priority. You need to control another 15 settlements and number turns under 70. Okay. Take control of Mithlond and Rivendell. Eliminate Elrond and other lords of High Elves. Destroy this faction. Okay. This is the only way to gain an absolute power over the Eldar and get full roster of High Elven units. Alright, so we are going to have to... we will have to betray Elrond and besiege Rivendell. But that's not going to be for a while. Alright, so... I really wish I could get a spy up north, but I can't really... I could have sent my diplomat up... yeah, I could have recruited a diplomat and sent him up north, but... I don't have anybody in this area. Alright, well, we'll talk to Enedwyth first.
As you wish. What is it you wish to discuss?
Trade rights... map information...
This proposal is very well. What else do you have to suggest?
Alright, we may have to be there for one more turn, because they're not going to take this either.
Let's not take this any. Good day to you.
Alright, then we'll have to do it next turn. Okay, so... I don't necessarily think we're going to need all of these troops to start marching north. Because again, it is going to be quite a hit to our income to take all these soldiers up north. I mean, he's got the Noble Guard here. These guys are just absolute brutes on the battlefield.
Yes, my lord.
Got some pretty decent archers here. City Watch ain't too bad either. Pretty decent mid-tier infantry. The cavalry would be good too to have.
Sire, elven warriors.
Alright, if I just send these guys up north... Ooh, we're going to be in the red if that happens. Okay.
Elven warriors, follow me. For the light. By the light of Elven.
Alright, well, we need to start taking Boots of Doom, so I'm going to start marching north with these troops right away. Build that.
We will need that one.
Alright, over here, I don't have to worry about the Dunlendings. I just have to keep my eye on the goblins here.
I'm gonna stick.
Alright, it doesn't look too bad. I think we can take these guys. Oh yeah, we need to figure out what we're going to build next. Okay, so... oof. Let's see. I could build mines. Or, let me see here. Market would be cheaper to do. I think we'll do leather worker next. Let's do that one. Yeah, I would like to get these guys retrained. Alright, let's get our best troops together so we can start taking out these goblins here.
Elven warriors.
This will be a huge challenge just due to their numbers, but we take these guys here now. That'd be great. Yeah, I think we better just take out these guys now.
Onward. Have a taste of my blade.
I don't have any other cavalry to give them.
Elves. Orders. Elven warriors. Elves.
Actually, I'll just take these guys out here too, huh?
Elves.
Yeah, because this ain't going to be anywhere. This won't be enough to deal with these guys. I don't think so. It's a lot of troops. We could really use more cavalry.
Elven warriors. Yes, my lord. Your will, my lord. Onward. Assail them.
Alright, so we are outnumbered quite a bit here. About 4 to 1, more than 4 to 1, I would say. These guys aren't too bad. And then the same unit, right? Yep. Rest of these guys, poor morale, so what we need to do is just kill off the main general first as quickly as we can. Warg Riders can be dealt with. At least they don't have any actual like independent wargs on here, just the warg riders. The warg riders are way easier to deal with than the wargs themselves because they cause a lot of damage.
Evil must not be allowed to triumph this day!
Alright, so keyboard repositioned here. Yeah, I better keep the lancers nearby. We should probably get higher up here just to take advantage of this height. Yeah, that would be better. Let's get up here. That makes more sense. Alright. Let's hope the goblins will attack first. Yep, here they come.
Elven warriors.
I do love the design of the City Watch. I mean, it really makes them look like they're top-tier elite troops, but for the Noldor, these are like mid-tier units, which is just so funny to think about. In any other faction, these guys would look like the absolute best troops you have available. And then we've got the Storm Guard here, quite fearsome. And these guys... in any other faction, these guys would make, like, pretty darn good mid-tier, if not better, archers, but for the Noldor, they're considered militia marksmen. That's funny. I'm gonna turn down this game volume a bit. Let me try something here. Yeah, I'll just turn down my computer volume. There we go. Alright, I want you guys to hold your shots, because your shots are very limited, so we can't really use up all of your shots on just pathetic goblins. We need to actually go after the bodyguard, if anything. Alright, I think we've got the bodyguards here. I want you guys to hit these guys over here. That'd be good. Where are the wargs? I want you guys to go after the wargs, and then you... let's kind of keep you back for now. Go after those skirmishers there. Alright, we'll wait until they get closer. I'm going to use my cell swords to kind of charge downhill. They'll cause a lot of damage on impact. Wait till they get past the tree. Yeah, go after these warg riders, please. Alright, good charge, good charge. Hit the wargs over there. Alright, let's get you guys back a bit. At least we're killing off a lot of the wargs, that's good. But let's not get our best general killed off, or our faction leader, so to speak. Alright. I want you guys to go down here. Yep, keep hitting those wargs. Yeah, we gotta hit this general. Gotta hit this general. Gotta do something about that general. I think this is where the actual general is. We might have killed off all the wargs by now, so let's go ahead and get our general around their flanks. A little messy right now. Those goblin archers are peltering our forces. Not good. Cell swords seem to be doing okay. Just keep holding, boys. Alright, we are butchering their bodyguard here. That's good. So I want you guys just hit these guys over here now. Yeah, I'm a little worried about this goblin infantry coming up. We gotta kill this general now. Come on, boys. Let's do this. Did we wipe out the whole bodyguard? I can't tell. So dark. I have to pause this for a moment. Did we kill them off? No, we're still fighting. There's someone still alive. Yeah, that's got to be their actual general. Come on, guys. Kill him quick before his friends catch up. Oh, too late. Yep, get out of there. Get out of there. Alright, at least they're not butchering our marksmen. I know the cell swords would take some casualties. That's okay. Where is that general? I do not know where he went. He was just there. Yeah, there he is. Get him, guys. Get him. One good charge should be enough. This guy's pretty tough. I wonder if he's like a faction leader or something. It's taking a while to kill. Yeah, the battle's definitely in our favor. I just wish we could kill this general off. He's taking forever. Yeah, what is going on here? Yeah, he's got to be a faction leader. There's no way this guy is so tough. Just being a plain general. Alright. Go ahead, hit that goblin infantry. Where is this guy? I find him and then he disappears again. There he is. Come on. Come on, get him this time. Come on, boys. You have a powerful charge. You're the best cavalry in Middle-earth, apart from what the Rohirrim have. Finally. Okay, there you go. Alright, come on. Now they're shaken. Now they're running. Yep. Alright, finally. That relieved a lot of pressure. Alright, we're not going to let these guys get away. Keep shooting, boys. Look at that, only warmed up. Alright, you guys can stop shooting. Now, there is another bodyguard around here. Yeah, you guys should not be resting. No need for you to rest. Make sure they don't get away. That should be your job. Still a crap load of goblins getting away. I'm trying to figure out where they all are. Yeah, get them. Alright, good thing you got him. Made sure he didn't get away. That's good. Yeah, that's a complete wipeout. Ain't nobody surviving this. Yep, get those guys. Alright, that's enough right there.
enemy
So we
are
lost
utterly
47 troops in this
vanquished.
battle,
This is a
mostly the
great
sellswords,
victory,
I would
worthy of
imagine.
Only the mightiest of generals.
Stormguard inflicted 450 casualties. They got twice as many as the Echelion's Horse Guard. And the City Watch got 152 marksmen. Sellswords is amazing, 303 casualties inflicted. Not bad. Execute. Alright, he done for.
We must defend these lands.
Alright, build another one of those.
We will need that. Come, my brothers.
My lord, orders.
By the light of El Sire.
Alright, I'm thinking of sending you back so we can boost the income on Ost and Ethel over here. That'll be nice.
Over here, elves.
I mean, that didn't really do much to us, did it? Increase taxes to help out. Let's get these guys. We're gonna lose. Oof. I feel like we're gonna lose a fair amount of money next turn. That's not good. And then this guy just needs to head towards Boozer Doom. He's got a large army to deal with up in the north, but I'm confident he can handle it. If I need to, I will send him the horse archers. Okay? But troops are expensive enough to move as is. Okay, actually, while we've got the income... Oh no, we're still building the mines here. Yeah, this will help us out a bit. Yeah, we can't sacrifice any more growth. Time to make the Noldor great again. Yeah, the only concern I have is that I feel like it's going to be very hard trying to encroach on Goblin territory because they're just going to keep moving through our lands with so many troops. Oh, this is even worse, unfortunately. I can't withdraw, so I have to fight this one. I don't have a choice. That's going to suck. Okay, I should have left my faction leader there. That would have been helpful. Should have left Mayarnil there, because he had really powerful bodyguards.
Our foes appear to be gaining the upper hand in this battle.
If we wipe these guys out, we might have an opportunity to regroup and push up north, but it's kind of ridiculous that we don't have any movement points to actually retreat. Alright, the wargs are going to be a problem. They've got a lot of them. They have a huge number of this Black Pit infantry. That's a big problem, too. I'm going to have you aim for the wargs over here. Actually, you know what? You're going to stay up here. Stay up there for me. Yeah, we gotta hit these wargs. The wargs are gonna be the biggest problem because they have a lot of potential to kill many troops just by charging our infantry in. They have a very powerful charge. We cannot underestimate that. Alright, do not waste your shots, boys. Alright, let's tighten up this formation here. Yeah, they're gonna send in the cavalry first and try to loosen up our ranks a bit. Shit ton of infantry. Casualties will be heavy this time, that's for sure. Really wish I had Mayarnil's bodyguard here. Definitely should not have sent him back home. Alright, they're routed. That's good. Keep shooting at them. Also, I can't recall if these guys had a general. If they just had the Black Pit infantry, but it's a lot of infantry for a bodyguard. I don't think they have a general here. Yeah, I don't see... Yeah, see, they don't have a general. Troops are breaking that quickly. They definitely don't have a general. I'm going to have you guys just kind of sneak around. Alright. Alright. Hold the flanks here. You're going to help secure the left up there a bit more. Marksmen, keep shooting at those wargs. I don't want them flanking us anymore.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way. Let's pray it remains as such.
Let's get a close-up of these guys fighting, because they are the best troops. Some of the best troops you can get playing as any Elven faction, really. Well, they're not available in every Elven faction, but just like out of all the Elven factions, they're easily some of the best troops ever, and I want to get some good close-ups of these guys. Oh. A little bit of a freeze. Should unfreeze. There we go. See, that's super annoying. Just came in for a suicide charge, try to get a couple of L's. Alright. Let's keep pushing. Alright. Let's go ahead and cut these guys off.
The enemy force remains.
Alright, keep it up, boys. Got these filthy goblins on the run. Kill those wargs. Where's my city watch? Watch out for the goblin band. Hit these guys quickly. Alright, let's not get our horse archers butchered. They're hard enough. Troops are hard enough to replace as it is. Trying to flank us with that crappy goblin infantry. There we go. Good job, mercenaries. You've earned your coins. Killed the captain. Alright, where are the mercenaries? Come on, Warg Riders, run away. You killed your captain. Enough with this stubborn morale of yours. Alright, we need to start getting our best troops pushing forward so we can scare the living bejeebies out of these goblins. Gonna... Ah, crap. No, I didn't want to do that. I'm trying to get a screenshot of these guys. Alright, you can shoot these guys. Let the elves come down here and do some chasing. Now, who else is still fighting if this battle's not done?
Behold how our cowardly foe runs. It's time to press the attack.
Alright, let's make sure this army's wiped out completely. Yeah, we gotta get these guys retrained. Oh crap, forgot about these goblins up here. You know, we're letting a lot of goblins get away. That's not good. Come on, let's see if we can catch these guys. Come on. Ah, shoot. Still too far away. That sucks. A lot of goblins getting in the way. For some reason, this Black Pit infantry decided not to retreat in that direction where they would have stood a much better chance. Actually, no. You can just stop. Alright, actually, you can go after the Black Pit infantry. I do not want these guys coming back. Hit this goblin infantry here. Good. And I guess if these guys are just walking right towards us, why not?
Our foe is utterly vanquished.
Alright.
all who
We
remember
lost
this
24
day,
troops only, so this turned out to
remember it as
be
the
even
day.
better than the last battle. So with only about even less than 600 elves, we've managed to eliminate, in the course of 2 turns, how many goblins is that? About 4,000 goblins? Losing only about 100 troops altogether? Less than that, I would say. But you see, they just keep coming back, so I need the Dunedain to start putting up some more pressure, because this is getting silly. Yeah, now we're losing a lot of money every turn, so we're going to be in the red pretty soon.
Yes, my lord. By the light of Elven.
Alright, I need you to push these troops up north
Over here.
and just besiege this place.
Put them down.
Can't attack it yet.
Weapons ready, elves.
I think we should be fine, honestly.
Elves. For the light.
I don't think we get any free upkeep here, do we? Yeah, I gotta put some of these guys into a fort because this is bleeding money right now.
Elves.
These guys are fairly expensive, 430, so I'm gonna put these guys in this fort, see if that helps a bit. Yeah, that helps bring it down a bit. That's good. And if I put you guys in a fort, that'll definitely help our situation too. But what I need to do is get you guys... I can't retrain you anymore, unfortunately.
Come, my brothers.
Yeah, I need to send you guys back for sure. Get you retrained. Or maybe I can merge you guys, that would be better. Yeah, we'll keep it where it is. Alright, but we'll put the Sons of the Fallen in here. We'll put these guys in here. Yeah, that'll help our situation way more. And then... should I put Thelion in there too? A little nervous about that. Yeah, because do we get any free upkeep here at all? Celebrimbor's throne. This throne is a symbol of power and legacy of the House of Feanor in Middle-earth. When Celebrimbor became the only ruler after Galadriel left Eregion, he created the throne for himself, made in the form of 2 holly trees, twining the arc above the gates of Ost and Ithil, with Feanor's star on the top. That throne was destroyed in the War of the Elves and Sauron, but Mearnil recreated it as soon as the city Ost and Ithil was fully rebuilt. Now Mearnil sits on the throne of his father as a true heir of the House of Feanor, and his authority extends to both Eregion and Herneren. Ruins of the Gwaithir Madain. Yeah, we'll read this later. It's always nice to kind of read up on some lore. Celebrimbor's Palace. Nice. I don't really want to reference the god-awful Rings of Power series, but I wonder if that's kind of taken from the series. I want to say no, because honestly, the developers for Divide and Conquer, for any sort of mods associated with Lord of the Rings, it's pretty much heresy to have any reference to Rings of Power whatsoever. Though this does remind me of Eregion in the series.
For the light. By the light of Elven.
Alright, well, I think we can afford to have cavalry here. because if we have cavalry here, this will be a huge boost to our forces. They make pretty decent cavalry. They got an okay charge. Basically, what I need them to do is just terrify the enemy once we start plowing into their ranks.
For the light!
Okay. If I put this guy in a fort, will it save us more money? Oh, so we were already saving money with him in the city. So I guess we get 1 free upkeep.
Yes, you have a proposition for us?
Okay.
This seems quite until we meet again.
Alright, got some more money there. How much should we get from that? 900 gold. Okay. So it made about 1,000 altogether. Isengard and Lothlorien. That's not good. If Isengard's already pushing up north, then that means they've clearly taken Fangorn Camp and decided they're going to push their luck up north. Alright. Goblin settlements here. This guy... Mountain Orc Hunters. Yeah, they don't really seem that terrifying. Wipe them out with some cavalry. I mean, it's one thing to take this castle. It's another thing to actually hold it, because unfortunately it means we're going to get flanked from the north, and, well, we're going to be attacked from the north and flanked from West Moria, or the other way around, unfortunately. That's why we got to take Boozer Doom. If we can take Boozer Doom, this will help alleviate some of our finances and allow us to deploy more troops onto the field, because right now I've got to keep so many of them confined in forts because they're expensive as hell to move around. Excuse me. I think I might have you switch places.
Swiftly! For the light!
There we go. That'll help a little bit. Get you guys retrained. Again, I'm not going to send another diplomat out, but I'm going to send you... Let's see, does it make more sense to send you up north? I think it does. Yeah, when you start moving up north, we can talk to Bree. And then this diplomat down here, where did he go? Yeah, we've already spoken to the Dunedain. Let's start talking to the High Elves, or at least get some idea of what's going on up here. Alright, so goblins look like they're pushing down south again. Now, let's hope these bandits decide to attack us right away, because that would be great if they can do that. I gotta catch up on some of the updates for EUR. I'm still waiting for the next version to come out. There we go. Yes, let's fight this one. I'm ready for this one. Okay, holy cow. 2,400 troops, nearly 2,500 orcs against our 517 troops. But honestly, we've seen odds like this before, so it really shouldn't be that surprising. Plus, this will be the first time we get to see our noble guards in action, so I am really looking forward to this. I'm excited.
Our foes appear to be gaining the upper hand in this battle.
Okay, drop the siege equipment. City guard, we need you out here. Where's my archers? Alright, let's get the cavalry figured out here. Actually, you know what we'll do? I'm going to have you guys up here. I wonder if this is from Lord of the Rings Online. Sounds like it could be. Look at these guys. I love how the armor just looks like something out of Game of Thrones. Like, they kind of look like the Mountain, don't they? The dress just like the Mountain is from Game of Thrones.
We await your command.
That's funny. Alright, City Watch or City Guard. I'll need you to be at your best today, boys. Get you into position. Also, I kind of wonder what these guys are going to look like with an armor upgrade, because they look pretty sick right now, but once we give them, like, some decent armor upgrade, or a decent armor upgrade in general, then they're probably going to look even better. At least all of them will have helmets, I imagine. Maybe some plate armor for the chest. Alright, they're gonna try to surround us, unfortunately. Yeah, they got a lot of these, I guess the goblin equivalent of shock troops, early tier shock troops. Need to be wary of the spear units. I think they've got a lot of spears, don't they? Or maybe none. Look how big some of these other goblins are. They're like basically Urux is what you could say. $2,500 goblins. What an insane number to deal with. Yeah, the AI is just not being very organized right now, is what I would say. Alright. Easy pickings for the marksmen. Keep shooting, boys. I do wish these guys could form some sort of shield wall, but they're already like the equivalent of Gondorian infantry.
Stay on guard.
Let's see if we can kind of lure these guys out.
Over here.
These guys just running in a circle. All right. Yep. Don't pursue. I don't think there's any point in shooting the bodyguards over here, because the general's already pretty tough as it is. And even with elven archers, well, elven archers at this level, they're not going to do a whole lot against armor like this. Might as well just hit the squishier infantry. Yeah, what are they doing? Wish the AI would just attack already. Guess I'll push forward a little bit. See if that's enough to entice them. Alright, they're coming in now? Finally, they're coming in now. Alright, hit the goblin archers. What we're gonna do is start swinging around this way. Alright, let's swing the cavalry around. Encourage the troops. Hit those goblin archers. We're going to form up over here and just plow them right from behind. Might lose a decent amount of our city guard, but that's okay. Good luck. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. I don't think it's looking too bad. We got the noble guard over here just kicking ass, and We're about to flank these goblins here with some cavalry. Alright, full speed, guys. Full gallop. Let's make this work. Yeah, if we had Mayarnil's cavalry, these guys would have been toast. But this is going to take a while. It's going to take a couple of decent charges. Oop, archers are already getting attacked. Not good. We'll have to keep doing a couple of repeat charges here. Archers might be in trouble. Alright, let's regroup, because we need to hit that bodyguard quickly. Regroup, guys, regroup. Casualties are getting kind of even here. The numbers are really starting to get to us now. That's not good. Gotta kill that general quickly. These goblin archers are the worst right now. My marksmen are getting hurt over here. Alright, fall back, regroup. The nobles can hold out all day. It's my city watch that are really getting bruised over here. Yeah, I should have sent in my horse archers. Should have had some horse archers here. That would have been helpful. So now our casualties are going up 30% compared to their 40, so not exactly stellar right now. This general's going to take a while to kill. Lost one noble already. Alright, fall back. Yeah, the cavalry's starting to take some casualties. The marksmen are getting hurt, unfortunately, but because the goblins, the archers, are like shooting all their arrows at them and they've got like no armor. Alright, come on guys, we can take Boozer Doom, come on. We just gotta kill this general.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Are we any closer to killing this general? Or at least pressure looks like it's being relieved over here. Let's keep these bodyguards tied down so that we can kill them off faster. Attack the archers with your cavalry. Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, I will hit the archers eventually, but I gotta kill this general first. If I kill the general, the rest of their troops will just run. There we go. Marvelous. Okay, now we can go after the archers. Alright, here we go. Archers, archers, archers. Hit the archers, please. And yep, now these guys are running. Alright, let's pursue these guys as best we can. Alright, you guys just hit the archers over here. Yeah, those goblin arrows are really doing a number on us, but at least our nobles are starting to cut these guys off a bit. Yep, pursue, boys, pursue. Let's drag these archers out here. We'll let the infantry attack them. Now we'll move in. Nice. Alright. Yep, now they're scared. They're gonna be running for the hills soon. Come on, nobles, cut them off. Don't let them retreat back inwards. They'll just regroup and attack us again.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
Alright, well, we have to kill off this whole army. Otherwise, we're stuck besieging these guys. Alright, good thing the nobles are in first, because the nobles can take a punch. They can just keep dragging this battle out all day if need be. Guys, come on. Join in. Join in on the slaughter. Nobles are already through the gates. Man, they're going to keep dragging this all the way out. Look what they're... They get to retreat all the way back here. What an annoying freaking fortress to attack. They have all these different levels and choke points they can defend. Alright, it's not like they have that many goblins left. We've killed 92% of them. Actually, cavalry, catch up to them. Come on. Renew your spirits, lads. Yeah, the City Watch definitely took a beating. 50% casualties for the City Watch. There we go. Alright, they're starting to get tired. Thank God for these nobles here. They did quite a good job. But I need you to keep pursuing. Don't stop. I know you're tired. Alright, they still have a long ways to go. I think the cavalry can just take them all out now, because it's just those guys left. That's it. See if I can get a good shot of the nobles. Yeah, it's kind of hard to try to get anything decent. I had to get something up close. I should have taken some shots when they're actually engaged in battle. That's okay. Alright, who else is left then? Yep, these poor guys over here.
The enemy are utterly
Perfect.
vanquished.
Alright, so we
This is
lost
a great
half of our
victory
forces here.
worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
Casualties inflicted 398 from the nobles. Mountain Sentinels inflicted 342, caught 487 prisoners. Okay, pretty decent. GG. Thanks, Matt. Oh, I like this. That's kind of cool. I don't think I've seen this in the EUR mod. Alright, so with that taken, that's gonna give us some money and help free up some upkeep. The Shire reached. Okay, so let's see what we'll build here. Yeah, I really gotta think about this one carefully. But the troops here, let's go ahead and see if we can send you guys back for retraining. That would be great.
Swiftly. Form up.
I'm gonna keep you there for now.
Elven warriors. Elves.
How much free upkeep do we get here? Crumbled vaults. Oh yeah, this is... I do love, whoever wrote this, I love the lore behind the crumbled vaults. I always read this every campaign. So it's like, deep beneath the mountains of southern Ered Luin, the dwarves of the First Age built a monolithic labyrinth of vaults and chambers to store all the treasures of Nargothrond and Belagos that they were able to save. Hordes of weapons and armor of the First Age, along with treasures and jewels of uncountable wealth, were stored in this labyrinth. Over time, the mountains themselves protested such a deep delving, and they rumbled and shook, claiming a vault each time they did. One by one, the vaults were lost to the dwarves, and with their numbers dwindling, they couldn't restore access to the lost caverns. Finally, at the end of the Second Age, when the world was changed and Numenor sunk beneath the sea, a great cataclysmic tremor shook the very foundations of the mountains, and the remaining vaults were sealed off from the dwarves forever. Not all dwarves lamented the loss of the vaults of Beleriand, however, and one family, the descendants of the last Keymaster, the overseer of the vaults appointed by the king, warned their brothers of a great secret that had been passed from king to king, but was now only known to them. They whisper that the vaults hold more than treasure and weapons, and should the vaults be disturbed, it will bring about the ruin of the Firebeards and Broadbeams. Kind of makes you wonder if there's another Belrog in there. Maybe something worse.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, let's see. Though honestly, what could really be worse than a Belrog in Middle-earth? Very few things, I imagine. Alright, let's send the cavalry over in here.
Come on!
And then Osten Noldor still building the mines, so at 2 more turns over here. But with some upkeep freed up... Oh, we got the goblins over here again. Yeah, these guys will just keep coming back again and again. A dragon... I mean, I want to say a dragon, yes. I mean, what's worse than a Belrog? I mean, technically, I guess you could say Smaug, but... I'd still think a Belrog's gonna win that engagement, you know? Dragons, I'd feel like... Dragons in Middle-earth, could you say they're like second tier to a Belrog? Because I'd still put my money on a Belrog to win that engagement. Alright, high tax rate. Still building the leather worker. After that, we gotta focus on something more substantial. Might do a market next. But I need to start sending Ecthelion out here. Yeah, that's High Prince Miarno, so he's the faction leader, faction heir. Okay, I got that mixed up. Got some goblins up there, but no big deal. Smaug was not so powerful as other dragons before that. Yeah, because I mean, Glaurung was kind of a flightless dragon, if I'm not mistaken, but I think Glaurung was vastly more intelligent than Smaug. That was basically how dangerous he was. And then, of course, you got... Oh, that's right, there's Encalagon. Yeah, Encalagon the Black, so... If anything's good... If a dragon's going to beat a Belrog, it's going to be Encalagon. Alright, let's see.
Elven warriors! Elves!
Eregion City Watch. I still can't retrain them. What I could do is send out Mearnil and his bodyguard, the Sons of the Fallen. I could send these troops out to deal with the goblins. And then maybe send out... Yeah, send him out too. I need more spies in this area. And I need more troops too, so it's going to be hard to advance into goblin territory. Yeah, it's not going to help a whole lot to increase taxes, so let's just build a grain exchange for now. And we're going to keep Kiryatan. Kiryatan? I think it's Kiryatan. We'll keep Kiryatan over here for now. Now, the one thing I don't want to do with this guy is just keep him stuck in Caras Dirnan for forever. Because I have a tendency of leaving really good generals here for too long, just because they end up making the town very wealthy over time. But then, I don't have any... I'm not able to use these guys in battle, so let's hope he doesn't stay there too long. Eventually, we're going to have to use him to either push eastwards, because Enidwaith will eventually take Dolvorn. I have no doubt about that. Or we're going to have to push westwards or up north against the High Elves when the time comes. And let me send my diplomat back up north here. I want him to start talking to Bree.
Tomorrow.
Alright, let's take out these goblins here.
Elves, follow me.
I might want to save my Sons of the Fallen. I don't think we're really going to need them for this battle.
I'm gonna stick you. Have a taste of
I
my
will send out Ecthelion. I'll send out the sellswords and the archers. Horse archers, these guys too.
Take it for the elves.
Oh, we got trolls to deal with now? Oh, man. And Mountain Urix. Oh, this is going to get messy. Yep, that's going to get messy. Whoopsies. Alright, I still think we can do this.
Follow me.
Yeah, we got to get some more troops on the field, so let's go ahead and at least get some Mountain Sentinels on the way. That'll help.
By the might of Elbereth, engage!
Alright. We gotta take out these guys now. They're already very, very strong with those trolls, and I don't want them grouping up with other troops.
The tide of battle seems to have turned against us. We must act and halt this turn of
Yeah,
events.
you think? It's so bright over here. Alright, let's see. So, I keep you guys in the woods for now. We can ambush them in the woods a bit. So we got 2 rows of archers that'll help. I have to keep track of how many warg riders they've got. Let's group you guys up a little bit better. I'll keep you guys back here for now. Do not fire until I tell you to. Alright, so we got some warg riders over here. I think what I'm going to do is save my arrows for these guys. I'm hoping we can kill off a couple of these trolls before they crash into our ranks, because the Storm Guard's going to have a really tough time dealing with them. Yeah, these Mountain Urdiks are going to cause a lot of damage too, so I'm pretty nervous about our odds over here. Could be looking at some very high casualties. Got to keep the wargs from flanking us too. That's going to be a problem. What we really need are just some proper spear units. But it's going to be a while before we get access to elven spears. And I don't think the Noldor have any pike units. I don't think that's really in their interest. These kind of elves just love the taste of close combat, and I imagine in their eyes, pikes are a cowardly weapon. Alright. Where are those horse archers? Over there, that's good. Alright, let's see if we can lure these wargs out, because then I can have Ecthelion ambush them once they're a little further away from the rest of the troops. Yeah, those arrows aren't doing shit against these trolls. At least they're not armored trolls, you know. But still, they're gonna mess up our best troops for sure. Alright, I'll need you to hit these mountain orc hunters. Hit these goblin archers here too. Okay, we got 1 troll, that's good. Holy cow! Whew! Alright, so these guys make excellent troll killers. Alright, wonderful. Look at that, holy... Oh my gosh! This is hilarious. 1 troll is charging the ranks, and he's gonna die soon. Oh, yep. Barely even made it. Barely even made it. That was barely an inconvenience. Turns out it's super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Okay. I better send Ecthelion over here and deal with these wargs. Dang, they're really peltering us over here. Holy shit. Okay, I better get the cavalry here now. Come on, Ecthelion. They're really... Oh my gosh, my poor sellswords. They're gonna get wiped. Yep, we're in trouble.
Seems almost certain.
Come on, give us some credit. We killed off the trolls. I mean, it doesn't look great, but I still think we can win this. Alright, I need you to turn around. We gotta hit these wargs. Storm Guard's holding. Alright, that's good. Killed off their captain. They're not gonna last much longer. Alright, I need you guys to form around over here. Azog's Defilers. Oh, okay. So that was a proper general we killed then, huh? Okay, let's get the rest of these guys because they're stubborn. They're gonna keep fighting. I think the Storm Guard can hold off for a lot longer than we give them credit for, so they should be fine. Oh jeez, the archers are getting hit. Come on, Ecthelion. Kill off these guys. Come on. They're killing our archers. Oh, it's looking bad over here. Yikes. Alright, I'm gonna get you guys over here. Alright. Yep. I'm gonna have you guys hit these archers here. And then I want you guys just hit this goblin infantry. At least the mountain Uruks are in a place where my storm guard can pin them down. Come on, guys, form up, form a line, form a line.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way.
Of course it
Pray
is.
it remains as such.
Killed off their general, and we killed off their trolls. We got these freaks on the run.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
Keep
They
shooting.
have lost half their men.
Lost a few of our storm guard, but they're punching on. Fighting on, I mean to say. Get some good close-ups here. I love that bloody elf right there. I don't think Medieval 2 will ever age poorly, you know? It's just, it's such a beautiful game to play, and the mods just, it's amazing what you can still do with Medieval 2 as a game engine, with the mods. The detail in this game is still pretty darn good, even by today's standards. Not bad. Okay, let's not charge into spears. Let's wait until they're shaken a bit more. Yeah, you guys can just shoot these guys down now. Everything you've got. And the Mountain Uruks have had enough. They're like, F this, we're gone, we're done. Alright, keep hitting these guys. You might get them to retreat.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
Yeah, they are just dropping like wheat right there. Look at that. Alright, who else is still around? Yep, you guys are doing good. Alright. Still got some volleys left in these guys. I'm gonna have you stop firing so we can just focus on our cavalry chasing these guys down. You know what? Just go out to the mountain Uruks. I want to get these guys first. Now get these guys. There we go. Not bad. Looking good. And then who else is over here? Alright, let's get these poor buggers. 3 goblins.
Our foe is utterly vanquished.
Alright, so we lost 79
All
troops
remember
here.
this day. Remember
That's another 1,500 goblins eliminated.
They will not see us in the forest.
Alright, another goblin horde eliminated, but their attacks are getting stronger, unfortunately, so we'll need to be mindful of that.
Elven warriors.
Alright, let's put you guys back in Osten Ethel. The rest of you guys gonna put in this fort. Yeah, that should help out a little bit with the finances. At least we can retrain these archers, get them back to full tier.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, not bad.
My lord.
Okay, so like I said, actually, you know what? I'm going to send these guys back too. Let's just get this journey started now. Get these archers retrained. End this turn. This will be the last one. We'll see what the goblins are up to. And next stream, I just need to have a better plan for how we're going to march up north, because we're just doing a lot of defending at the moment, and that's not a great long-term plan, of course. I don't want too many turns to pass, because we got to accomplish a lot of things before turn 70, so... Okay, at least get you guys retrained. Money's looking good as long as I don't deploy a heck of a lot of troops at once.
My lord.
We'll put you guys in this fort. And then you guys... Does that make a difference? Nah, not really.
Elves! Elven warriors!
Yes, my lord.
For the light! Elves!
My lord.
Onward!
Alright, let's get you guys retrained. Next stream I'll have to figure out if I'm going to get some ships. I might actually get a diplomat instead. The mines will be done by next turn. That's pretty cool. Still building the grain exchange here. And if I want to, I can build the Eregion Caserne. But in order for us to get access to better units, let's see. We can get the Eregion Elite Caserne, but we need a leather worker for that to happen. And this will get us access to the Scarlet Swordsman. And then after that is the Royal Caserne, which gives us access to the champions. Oh wow, these guys look beautiful. Eregion Archers. Eregion Warriors with their javelins. They're ridiculously powerful javelins. They will just fell trolls like crazy, I imagine. But in order for that, let me see here. In order for us to get that, what do we need? We need a blacksmith and a Gwyther and Medine, so we can't really build that anywhere outside of Eregion, I imagine. Can we? So we'll just have to figure out how troop recruitment's going to work in the future. Because I like the idea... Oh, wait. Eregion nobles. We can recruit these guys? They're not even that expensive. 350 is not bad. Considering they're the best, some of the best melee units in the entire campaign. Alright, so we'll have to figure out what we're going to do next stream. Do another save here just in case. Alright guys, well, that is the end of my stream for today. I will be streaming more of this tomorrow after work, so when I get in around like 5 to 6 p.m. is when I'll be streaming this again. And if you are a fan of the Rise of Empires mod I'm playing for Shogun 2 Total War, then keep tuning in, because I don't get a whole lot of viewers for that one, but it is a campaign that I'm interested in seeing through. It's just a beta campaign, but I do like it a lot so far. Would love to have you guys tune in for that if you're interested at all. So keep in mind that
Yes,
I will be getting back to that stream this week. I just have to figure out a good day in mind and then post it on the schedule. But I hope to have you guys tune in on this tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday wherever you are in the world.